Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of Wired and Active. I'm Uwais Mangalwala and let me tell you once again that this is still not a techie show. Wired and Active has got a spanking new home now, and from this place we will help empower the people on the World Wide Web. With the world of blogging and social networking in hyperdrive, we dedicate this show to you, the youth and the politically active people of Pakistan. The show will feature more interactivity, more news and more views of the people that matter in the cyberspace. Today, we take a look at the online activities related to the internally displaced people of Swat and the situation in Pakistan. So hang on to your remotes and get ready to become wired and active. Starting this new season, we've introduced some new segments to our show. We start off with a roundup of what is making a buzz on the political blogs of Pakistan. The segment is called Keyboard Politics. The blog Pakistaniyat has a post titled Taliban Desperation or Taliban Expansion, and this blog is by Adil Najam, where he highlights the carnage carried out by the Taliban in recent weeks and how he feels this battle is more about the hearts and minds of the Pakistani people. Will they scare us into defeat, or will we place our national security over everything else? It's a great question we Pakistanis should ask of ourselves in the coming days ahead. The IDP crisis in Pakistan is facing another firm test, as pointed out by Hina Safdar on Chaurangi.com. She talks about the recent speech by UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who appealed to major donors for more funding. He said that Pakistan was facing a risk of spiraling secondary crisis without more international aid. Millions of dollars are needed to help the displaced people, and we all need to dig deep into our pockets to aid the helpless overcome this situation. And lastly, we move on to the blog Pak Spectator. Here we have Dr. Hassan Isfahani, who writes a blog post under the heading Don't Sell Us Cheaper, and he talks about Pakistan's role in the war on terror and the help it has imparted to the United States at grave costs to its own people and its own soil. This post was a result of a piece of news earlier where Prime Minister Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani had urged the United States to write off Pakistan's debt. This would help the cash-strapped nation grapple with insurgency, humanitarian crisis and global recession. He suggests that brazen shamelessness is the need of the hour, and we should ask the United States to pay off our debt, which we owe to other nations as well. Foolish thinking or not? So that was the news-making headlines in Pakistan political blogs. But what about the international community? What's the latest news over there? Let's move on to our new segment, Global Wires, in which we deliver you the news which is ranging from quirky to the serious from all around the world. So, as you all know, Iran just held its presidential elections, and with a sizable chunk of the population being internet savvy, things came to a halt again this week when officials again banned the famous social networking webpage Facebook and other websites to curtail unrest after the vote. People have been pouring out on the streets over what they feel was a manipulation of the election results when Ahmadinejad was declared winner. Dissent of any form, especially on the internet, is not tolerated in the Islamic Republic, and a close monitoring of activity on the web curtails such behavior. Beware of Twitpocalypse, all you tweeters out there. The Twitpocalypse is similar to the Y2K bug. The unique identifier associated to each tweet has now exceeded 2,174,483,647. That's a large number. For some of your favorite third-party Twitter services not designed to handle such a case, the sequence will suddenly turn into a negative number. At this point, they are very likely to malfunction or crash. A lot of these third-party service providers have provided a fix, but some are still trailing behind to fix the bug. The good news is that the website twitter.com is safe from all this. 3.5 million displaced, strangers in their own country and nowhere to go, despair and hopelessness staring at them at every corner. It is in times like these that the true color of the people of this beloved nation pours out, and the generosity with which they give is shown. Let's check out this report by Mikhail Fernandez on the different ways people are contributing and helping the victims of Swat. online.
The number of internally displaced refugees as a result of the military operation in Swat is set to rise as the military offensive continues. And the internal refugees need our help. If you're worried that your donations won't reach the affected people and want greater transparency in the relief effort, point your browser to helpcounts.org. It provides you with live updates of the ongoing efforts, a tally of all registered refugee families, and even the number of atta bags is provided to date. And unlike any other donation website we've seen so far, this portal requires the displaced to register in order to reserve their supplies. The UNHCR donation site is also an efficient way of donating. They're on the ground and have a great deal of experience in handling refugees, besides being an international organization. They've got a list of how you can help and what your money will buy. $100 will provide a survival kit to a family with all the essentials. Then there's always the ED Foundation, a simple but complete website that supplies all the necessary to donate from abroad. And if you'd rather drop off items, surf to yellow.pk. Has a great directory of collection points along with timing and all necessary details. Cyberspace now plays a vital role in providing aid, resources and awareness to the plight of the internally displaced. Nicole Fernandez Islam, Dawn News.
We'll take a very short break over here, but when we come back, we'll have Deep Maestro with us, and he will tell us what he did for the people in crisis. So don't go anywhere.